Hello, and welcome to episode 482 of Prog Review. And you saw me fiddle with it. An album, you filthy beasts. Fry's talked about this. It says it all, really. Yes, affirmative, indeedy. For today, it is the 25th of July, and this, by sheer coincidence, was issued on the 25th of July 1969. And rather waiting for the, whatever anniversary, I thought I'd better do it today, because I might not be here next year. You never know. This could be my last Christmas. Do you have it when old relatives say that? Do you ever get that when your great grandmother, you say, this is my last Christmas, you know? Christmas in July. Yeah, it was the eponymous. That means it's named after the band. It's a big word. Debut, that means it's their first album. So it's their self-titled first album, or eponymous debut. Hey, I'm educational, you know that. But yeah, like I said, it was released in July 1969. Where do I start? I was listening to it. It's a funny old album. Put it on, because I remember buying this many years ago. Not in 1969. I wasn't born then. I might look like I was born then, but I wasn't. I bought this. Oh blimey! In the late 80s. I feel so old when I say things like that. It might have even been early night. No, it would have been the late 80s. Yeah, late 80s. We're going with that. 89-ish. And it's a funny old album, you see, because it's that first version of the band. It's the one with Pete Banks on guitar and Tony one-handed. That's how he plays, isn't it? Like that. I've got to get it right. One hand, Tony one-handed K on the old organ, Hammond organ. And yeah, and it's a funny old record. Listen to it again on the old, getting the old vinyl out. Listen to it again. It's the power. It's a very powerful band. Very in your face. The bass dominating the mix, just pushing forward, and then you notice there's like little bits of jazzy bits of guitar. Peter Banks was very jazzy in his phrasing on this album. That's quite interesting. You've got some original numbers, but you've also got two covers. I See You, which I skip because it goes off into noodly land. Noodly, and they don't come back. And then there's Every Little Thing, which is a bit better. It's more in the style of that Something's Coming America. You know, they yesify it. I've just invented that. Yesify. So let's go through it. Beyond and Before, again, it's very in your face. And a good opening to the album. I really like it. It's not bad. I See You. And then you got Yesterday and Today. It's again, it's a more of a laid back John Anderson composition, and I'm not a fan of it. It's a bit too fey for my liking. Yeah, and then Looking Around ends the first side of the album, and again, it's another belt of these. The songs that they do are really quite stormers. They're storming little numbers. Are they prog? Not really sure. Again, it's a funny kind of music they're making, because it's really kind of in your face, full ahead. Like I say, you've got this jazzy phrasing going on, the bass dominating, and Bruford, for dear life, trying to cut through the sonic sludge. So yeah, they're a really peculiar little band. And remember, this is like 69. This was done, so you got. It's that like Summer of Love kind of thing. Was that 67? I was getting mixed up. What's 69? End of the 60s. Then we flip it. because I was listening to it on the vinyl, and it starts with Harold Land. Harold Land was the name of a jazz person. He was a jazzer. I think he was a saxophonist. I can't say saxophone without saying saxophone. Watched too many episodes of Simpsons, you see. But it's an anti-war song, and there's some, it meanders a bit, but I like the lyric about his heart being dead, and there's real like kind of maturity about it. I like where the song is coming from. I like it, but it's a bit, I'm not very articulate today. I'm ever so sorry. It's the lyrics versus the music, I think, and that's the big issue there. But I don't mind it. Every little thing, like I said, it's a barnstorming Lennon McCartney cover, in your face, like it. Very good. And there's was it Ticket to Ride, isn't there, in the ding do 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 ding do do do. But you already know that, you've heard it 100 bloody times. Sweetness, not a big fan. And the last track on the album is Survival, and this is where you see the band kind of spinning into prog territory. The way it's built up, and the use of the keyboards and the themes, the musical themes coming back into play, building up. It's probably the most sophisticated song on the record, and like I say, it really does give you a portent of things to come. And I really like I like the lyric and the idea that we die and we pass everything on, and I like that. A bit maudlin, but that's nature. It's the nature of survival. What? You see how I work that in there? This is why you keep coming back. You keep coming back. But no, I really like that track, and it really does give just a little bit of a hint of the future of the band. I was going to mention the next album, but I'm not going to do that, because that'd be silly, because then you get into albums for the price of one. So, very interesting start. It's not quite a progressive rock album. It's very much of its time. You can see that they're a very confident band. You can tell it in the playing. You can tell that they're very confident with doing cover versions. They're very, very strong. It's a very, like I say, I couldn't believe the power. Again, it's just boom. There's a real power to this group. Must mention the 2003 CD remaster, which is over my shoulder. Shall I? Oh, why not? Yonky. This one, see? And it's been digitally rejiggered. You get some really good bonus tracks on this. Some of them appeared on Yesterday's, which was like a compilation from about 75, 76, you see, 76-ish. 76-ish. I'll get it right, I will. You got Everydays, Dear Father. I absolutely love that track. Dear Father, dear Father. If I was going to cover a Yes song, it'd probably be that one. Of course, Something's Coming, which is absolutely splendid. Again, there's two versions of that. Two versions of every. In fact, there's a lot of doubling up. Two versions of Everydays, two versions of Dear Father, two versions of Something's Coming. But yeah, I like them. I like the tracks. I like the Burness tracks. So yeah, if you're not interested in the vinyl, you can pick these up for pennies these days. Remember, Amazon do a really good second-hand bit where you can find stuff like this for pennies, from independent sellers. You take a punt, sometimes it works out. I get a lot of stuff for pennies. Where is it? Like this one. Take this for example. Completely unrelated, but David Holmes, The Holy Pictures, penny. Not bad, that. And postage and packing. So £1.27. Yeah, that ain't bad. Anyway, enough of me. That's my sound spiel for Amazon. Remember, there will be a link in the comments box below in which you can click and buy this album from Amazon, and I get a penny. I get a shiny penny for my efforts. Ooh. I only do it for the shiny pennies, shiny pennies. So yeah, I mean, again, this album is a bit overlooked, I think, again, because it doesn't fit the progressive rock remit as such. But it's worth it for, like I say, let's do this. It's worth it for tracks like Looking Around, Every Little Thing. Even though it's a cover, I still think it's a barnstorming cover. They really do make it their own. And of course, Survival. I think those are the worthy tracks from this album. And in terms of a rating, I'm going to go for a straight down the middle. Because again, I think it's a game of two halves. There's bits that I like, bits that I don't like, and it's not, you know, they're a band searching for something. Again, that last track, you get the feeling they're just right. Let's try and push this. That's when they're trying to push things forward. So I'm going to give this straight down the middle. 2.5 Harold Lands, right down the middle. Wow. And that's it. My name's been Darren Locke. I've been talking about this, yes, the self-titled debut, eponymous titled first album. See, I'm mixing it up, I'm mixing by the Yes. And we all like the Yes, don't we? You know, so, and it's the day it was released, the 25th of July 1969. So there's a theme. We're there's trying to be a theme, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. And one more thing to say, now it's ta-ta. And oh no, I got that wrong, didn't I? No, it's not ta-ta, is it? What is it? Prog on.